A frond is a large, divided leaf. In both common usage and botanical nomenclature, the leaves of ferns are referred to as fronds, and some botanists restrict the term to this group. Other botanists allow the term frond to also apply to the large leaves of cycads and palms. Frond is commonly used to identify a large, compound leaf, but if the term is used botanically to refer to the leaves of ferns, it may be applied to smaller and undivided leaves. Fronds have particular terms describing their components. Like all leaves, fronds usually have a stalk connecting them to the main stem. In botany, this leaf stalk is generally called a petiole, but in regard to fronds specifically it is called a stipe, and it supports a flattened blade, and the continuation of the stipe into this portion is called the rachis. The blades may be simple, pinnatified, pinnate, or further compound. If compound, a frond may be compound once, twice, or more. Pinnate fronds. If a frond is pinnate, each leafy segment of the blade is called a pinna, the stalk bearing the pinna a petiolule, and the main vein or midrib of the pinna a costa. If a frond is divided into pinna, the frond is called once pinnate. In some fronds the pinna are further divided into segments, creating a bipinnate frond. The segments into which each pinna are divided are called pinnules. Rarely, a frond may even be tripinnate, in which case the pinnule divisions are known as ultimate segments. Pinna may be arranged along the rachis either directly opposite one another or alternating up the stem. The arrangement may change from the base of the blade to the tip, as in the example of Blechnum shown below. Some fronds are not pinnately compound, but may be palmate or bifurcate. Some ferns, like members of the group Ophioglossales, have a unique arrangement. Sporangia. Fern fronds often bear sporangia, where the plant spurs are formed, usually on the underside of the pinna, but sometimes marginally or scattered over the frond. The sporangia are typically clustered into a sorus. Associated with each sorus in many species is a membranous protective structure called an indusium, which is an outgrowth of the blade surface that may partly cover the sporangia. Some fern species feature frond dimorphism, in which fertile and sterile fronds differ in appearance and structure. Fern fronds. Fern fronds, as with all leaves, arise from the stem, either directly, or on an outgrowth from the stem termed a phylopodium. The stem of a typical fern is subterranean or horizontal on the surface of the ground. These stems are called rhizomes. Many fern fronds are initially coiled into a fidel head or crosier, although cycad and palm fronds do not have this pattern of new leaf growth. Fronds may bear hairs, scales, glands, and, in some species, bulblets for vegetative reproduction.